Good evening. Yes, Mr. P was supposed to be helping me tonight, but unfortunately, he's not feeling well. So he's going to take a back seat for now. So he's just in the kitchen making a coffee. So yes, we've got nobody in at the moment.
Oh no!
So I'm just waiting for him to come in.
Just incredible.
Hey, hi Salty, how are you? It's all right. I've got ads on here. I've got the ads on here. So it's only like 15 seconds to go, and then it should be up and running. So yes, Chris was supposed to be co-hosting with me tonight. I put it in the description that he'd be co-hosting, but he's not felt well all day. So hello to the two viewers. So hello and good evening. So you're here, are you? Yeah, just about. Yeah. Some as I say, Chris, I felt up to par today. Shot up. Well, it went up to 5, and now it's gone back down to 3 again, and it's staying on my phone at 0. So has everybody deserted me, or is my phone a bit behind, or yeah, I'm not too bad. I think I'm coming down with a cold again. So I've not felt too clever all day, but I feel sort of a bit better than I did earlier on.
Join the club fixes every Friday alive. Chest infection and full of cold.
Uh-oh.
Piled up with on tramadol. Keep going, I go down with a screw.
Yeah. Well, some as I say, I felt pants all day. Just felt tired. I think I'm coming down with a cold again. So, some as I say, I don't know. Some as I say, whether I'm coming down with something again. And I was calling Chris from a pig to a dog last night. I said, "It's your fault. You pass it leggy on to me again. I've only just got over it last lot." So yeah. I sort of only just got over the last virus, and some as I say, sorry, I'm yawning. That's how I've been all day. Just felt absolutely, just felt absolutely cream crackered all day, and for a couple of days now I've had a banging headache. And it's I don't know. Some as I say, I don't know whether it's a head cold or what it is. I've been not sneezing but blowing my nose, and as Shaggy said, it wasn't me. So some as I say, I've got the tissue box here just in case, should I need them. Just in some as I say, just in case. But that's how I've been all day. Sort of had a bit of sniffles and can't stop yawning. And that I had a bit of a power nap earlier on. Oh yeah, Callum bought. Well, it went. I don't know whether I'm going to say it's not actually classed as a cake, is it? Because he came home and he said I bought a Bakewell tart home. He says, but I ain't actually made it. Stop showing your ass. I've taken 4 tramadol, don't want to take any more, but I can feel it coming back. Oh dear. I mean, I take a tramadol every night, but I only take the one. If there's any more than one, and that'd be it, I'd be unconscious. Oh dear. But yeah, he says, I bought a Bakewell home. He says, but I haven't made it. I don't know whether chef made it or what, but they've had him like they've had him sort of like cutting vegetables up and whatever, like, you know, practicing his, you know, his cutting up and everything, because he is left-handed, so it can be a bit tricky, you know. Oh, have you done your weights as well? Same as I say, I've just felt like tired out all day. So I keep yawning. I can't help it. I can't help it. And I've had a power nap this afternoon at this. So yeah, and that's sort of how I felt all day long, like just tired. Well, that's it, Johnny. Same as I say, it's basically same with us, really. If Chris goes down, then, you know, well, basically we're screwed as well. You know what I mean? And I know exactly what you're saying. You need at least one of you that's sort of healthy-ish, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you know, and I rely on Chris to do such a lot for me. That, I mean, same as we've said. I mean, he had the cellulitis not so long back, and I sort of just sat open and praying that he wouldn't end up in hospital like he did last time, because then we would be screwed. You know what I mean? You know, and that's one of the reasons why Chris packed up work, is because Callum were at school, I were here on my own with my knee playing up. There's a few times I've sort of nearly fell. Hi, Paul, how are you? So yeah, same as we've said, if I were to fall and Chris sort of didn't finish till about 4 o'clock, Callum weren't getting home till gone 4 o'clock. I'd be on floor all day by myself. So yeah. So that's when we made the decision that Chris was going to pack up work and look after me full time. He's putting a little bit of tot of whiskey in his coffee. So yeah. So same as we've said, that's when we took the decision. It's like just over a year ago since packed up work. You know, and it's same as he says it's all right, you're being in on your own all day. He says, but if you were to go down, he says, chances are you'd be there all day by yourself until either me or Callum got in. So Chris is just self-medicating with a tot of whiskey in his coffee, because he's just made a coffee. Has it got a kick to it, has it? It's got a kick. So yeah, so that's you know, the story behind that. That's why I packed up work, basically. And it's still, you know, it's still same to this day. You know, if I go up to go to the toilet and he hears like a bang or something, it might be upstairs. You know, he'll shout, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" You know what I mean? It does whittle, and it's like when I go in the bath or anything, we have shampoo and whatnot outside of bath, and sometimes, you know, they get caught and they fall in bath, and he'll come running up and say, "Are you all right? Are you all right? I thought you'd fell then for a minute." Yeah, that's why Tracy gave up work after the accident. I was very bad, made me a wheelchair, and I said I would walk. I wouldn't walk without aids again. We see this is one of the reasons I don't go out a lot, because if I were to fall down, I'm not all that steady on my legs, but I do try my best when I'm at home, getting up and getting about a bit, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do have to rely on Chris, I need a boost board. I need.
I can just see you zooming around aisle 29 in Asda.
Yeah, or a what's it? Hey, we've got Thomas in, or a mobility scooter.
Hold on, Thomas, lad.
So yeah, so same as I say, and it's like today. I've not felt 100%. Chris has not felt 100%, and we've sort of like, it's in the shed gathering dust. I refuse to go in it. 13 years since accident now, looking after my Tracy. Well, that's it. And it's like when when Chris got cellulitis, or if he's not very well, I sort of try and help him as much as possible. I got a new job, and I think my old job fired me. Oh, that don't really make sense.
Why did they fire you?
Because he's got a new job. So, did they fire you when you told them that you got a new job? Hey, we've got Amjad as well.
Oi, 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 oi.
Well, we've had Thomas come in and we've had Amjad come in, and then it's still not gone up any. I refuse to go down. My family need me. Simple as. Well, that's it. That's it. And when I, as I always say, Johnny, when chips is down, you work as a family. You know what I mean? And that's how we work. If chips is down, we all work as a family. So yeah, we're a family unit and we work as a family unit. You know what I mean? It's simple as, you know what I mean. So it's you look out for each other. You all look after one another. Oh dear. Well, this is it. I mean, she's just so lucky to have you and Tracy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you and Tracy have stepped up to the bar, and you're a mum and dad. She's not wanting for anything. You give her the love, you give her the attention, anything that she wants. And to me, you don't have to be biological to be a parent, you know. So and the saying goes, your child doesn't have to be biologically yours for you to be a parent. That's I spoke to my boss about my new job, and big conversation, he hung up on me. Now I'm locked out of the system. I'd take him to tribunal, Thomas. Can't just do that on you because you turned around and said you've got a new job. I'm okay, Amjad. I've been a bit under the weather, throughout the day. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there should be some law against that, Um, just because you want to better yourself and you've informed him that you've got another job, that, you know. So yeah, I mean, and you know, going back to Johnny, I mean, I take my hat off to you. You've done a fantastic job. You know, you've stepped up to bar, and you've been a mum and a dad to her. So yeah, same as I say. You know, it's
What?
what?
Oh, I think he's on about Thomas. Oh, yeah, promote me and put my money up and kiss my ass.
But yeah, I mean, you know, they can't do that to you, Thomas. You know, it's simple as, yeah, talking to Thomas.
I thought,
Hiya, Ian, hiya, karate. But yeah, I mean, they can't do that to you just because you've gone out and got another job. They can't just say, right, that's it, you know, you're done. I'd look into it further, Thomas. Can't do that to you. So it's all right. Thomas has just been saying he'd got a new job. He rung up to tell his boss that he'd got a new job, and he hung up on him, and now he's looked at the system. So, you know, hey, we both felt like OAPs today, Ian, I'll tell you. That's it. He's hoping so, Amjad. He ain't come on with me today because he was supposed to be co-hosting with me, but he says, I'm going to give it a miss tonight. He says, because I'm not feeling...
If we do it by 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock.
Should have said I was given my notice because I have...
What are you shouting for?
I have Ebola like I plan to.
What?
It says I should have said I was given my notice because I have Ebola like I plan to.
Oh.
Yeah, Rian says he feels like death as well.
Uh-oh. Hello,
Hiya, Vanessa, how are you? I am not shouting, Chris, lad.
There your caps off.
I'm going to say you've got caps on, Amjad, or didn't you realise you got caps on?
That means you're shouting in chat.
And we've got Lauren as well.
Hey up, Lauren.
So how come you've got this Ebola then? Obviously you've caught it from somewhere, but you know. You know, is it from work or is it, I don't know. Some as I say. I have not been able to catch your live shows all year. Well, it's like we always say, Vanessa. Yeah, he's a chef actually, Ian. I can't work anymore because of deadly Ebola. Should have stayed away from my Zulu one. Oh dear.
Is at it there.
But they can't. Same as Ian says, it's very unprofessional, and they can't treat you like that. You know, it's. I don't have Ebola. I was going to use it as a lie to get out of work. But yeah, but they still can't treat you like that, Thomas. You know, they can't sort of just, you know, just because you've gone out and got another job, they can't sort of just hang up on you and, you know. You know, last time I looked, it were a free country. You could come and go in jobs as you please. You know what I mean? But no, they can't treat you like that. I'd go to citizens' advice if I were you. Here says I don't have Ebola, but do feel like I've got mad cow disease. But I've been like all day, like all headachy, and I've been lay on sofa, and I've had a bit of a nap, and you know what I mean. It's sort of only sort of since about tea time I've felt all right. So you know, I sort of contemplated shouldn't I, you know what I mean? But I thought, yeah, I'll go live. You know, we've been practicing our dance routine at college, me and my bestie we show my class students and the teachers, they shouted and cheered and feel proud. Well, that's it. You've got to do. I've been tired and snotty. I've been exactly the same, and I've done nothing but blow my nose all day, but I feel like headachy, and I've been laying on the sofa with this like blanket, what you can see behind me, and you know, it's a horrible feeling. The same as I said to Chris, I've only just got over it last part, you know. I don't want to get it again because it about knocked me sideways when I got it before, you know, and I sort of I'm fully recovered from getting lurgy last time. So you know, I don't want that again in a hurry. Vanessa says I have not had whiskey and coffee in quite a while, but I did buy some moonshine with Dill. Well, you see, Sam, as I say, Chris, he's not been feeling too great today, so he's just made a coffee, and he says, "I know what." He says, "I'm going to put a tot of whiskey in my coffee." Oh, I've got this stuff opens the airways. Put it on last night before. Well, you see, the thing is, I've got my CPAP machine, and that's what that does basically, opens airwaves. But the only problem being is when you've got a cold and you've got a snotty nose, and because it's like a nasal mask, it tends to blow. I'm not being crude here, but it tends to blow the snot down your throat. And you know, I've woke up many a time, and Chris has sort of woke up and said, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" I said, "I think the CPAP machines blew the snot from down my nose into my throat, and of course that you know, it makes you cough." Because those dill pickles are delicious. You're not saying about about moonshine, just that the pickles are as good.
Nothing wrong with moonshine.
No, there's nothing wrong with moonshine.
You don't get caught in America brewing it.
But I suppose the moonshine will clear any cobwebs away, put it that way. So yeah, I've been exactly the same, Ian. Like a dry throat, a banging head all across here. Just feeling tired and achy, and same as I say, it's I just hope it's not coming back, and it's oh dear, this coffee clearing my cobwebs away. Well, you don't get high on whiskey. Well, it'll cure your sore throat if you've got one. So as long as you've only got like a tot in your whiskey, a tot in your coffee. I mean, should have said a tot of whiskey in your coffee. So oh yes, that would be appreciated if you like and share the stream for me. It's going up and down like a what's it in the brothel here. went up to 12, went down to 11, went down to 10. So, but I have noticed today, I know I'm bringing it up again, there's a lot of people, it's you know, like I've sort of been looking at my phone, and there's been a hell of a lot of people talking about these new guideline things for YouTube, and about, is it copper or H, whatever it is, and everybody and the mother and are doing like a not a, well, you can't say a tutorial on it, but you know, they're jumping on the bandwagon, and I seen one earlier on, they've approached lawyers, and you know, oh yeah, I did notice, because it came up in my notifications, Amjad. By the time I'd sort of got the notification and looked, she'd stopped. So I did know that she'd done one. But yeah, so this, you know, it's like on my notifications on my phone, it's every other thing has been about this, you know, this, is it copper, COPPA and something else, and going on about YouTubers saying that they're going to do away with all channels that aren't profitable. So you know what I mean. It's but at the end of the day, I mean, same as I said the other day, even the small YouTubers are in actual fact making YouTube money. So you know, how can they say that a channel's not profitable? I mean, it's like some have got, you know, amazing views, you know what I mean?
Music.
Eh?
Music.
Oh, hi, Alina.
Lena, sorry.
Yes. So yeah, you know, I mean, it's a case of what do you believe? You know what I mean? It's and I tell you what, a lot of them are doing, are putting disclaimers on before the live stream or the video starts. So yeah, a lot of the things that have come up on my newsfeed today that are talking about this situation, I've noticed that they've all put disclaimers on, saying this video is not intended for minors, blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like, but why should we have to put disclaimers before everything that we do, whether it's aimed at children or whether it's not aimed at children? But you see,
well, YouTube is turning monetization up to 10 kids.
Well, that don't surprise me. I've said, hiya, wrestler, how are you?
Hello, wrestler.
Okay then, Amjad.
Yeah,
so yeah, Scott, we're talking about this new thing where we're all having these emails, you know, is your channel child friendly, is your videos child friendly, and it's causing confusion, because some, as I say, nearly every other video that I saw today were on about how I've been to my lawyers and YouTube can't do this, and then you get another one saying that, oh pardon me, that YouTube are doing away with smaller YouTube channels that aren't profitable for YouTube. So it's like you sort of getting it from all directions, and you don't know who to believe and who not to believe. So but you see, I mean, it's like I've said, my live streams aren't aimed at children, and my baking vlogs aren't aimed at children. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. You don't know whether you're safe, whether you're not safe, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? You've got that many contradictions that you don't know whether you're coming or going. But somebody always or somebody told me that once you get your monetization statement, yeah, that once you get your monetization, you never lose it. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, like, and causing anxiety. Well, you see this, same as I said, Paul. I said this other night. I'm not bothered either way. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, doing YouTube isn't the be all and end all. Well, this is what exactly what I said the other night, Scott. I says until they tell me any different, I should just keep on going, keep doing what I'm doing until they tell me otherwise. You know what I mean? It's a case of I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not including children. You know, but this is all apparently to do with this lawsuit that YouTube got slapped with. And it's all boiling down to that. You know, at the end of the day, this is all boiling down to that lawsuit that YouTube got slapped on them. So, oh, I forget what it were now. I did read about it, and they've been fined billions of pounds or whatever because. Hiya, Steve. How are you? And Happy Looks as well. So yeah, so it's causing. How can I put it? It's causing hysteria because people are thinking, now, are YouTube going to take the channel off me? What do I do for it? Right, you know, right thing. Do I say, yeah, it's suitable for children? No, it's not suitable for children. Blah blah. You know what I mean? And it's causing. Just say you're kind of like a child. So yeah. So it's causing a lot of contention at the moment. Because you don't know who to believe, who not to believe, and what's going to happen, and this, that, and other, and you know, and same as Chris said, you know, and same as I've said, you know, whatever will be, you'll be. If they take the channel off, they take the channel off me. It's at the end of the day, it's only a hobby. You know what I mean? And same as I've said, you know, yeah, I put a lot of work into me baking vlogs and everything, but you know, obviously they've got to get you notice and all this, that, and other, and they can't sort of shut you down and take all your videos. They've got to get you time to back them up and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? so yeah, you know, I mean, they can't sort of, you know, and that's it, you're done, sort of thing. They've got to, you know, they've got to tell you about it, which it gives, if they are going to shut you down, gives you a chance to back all your videos up, or you know, download them back onto your computer. You know what I mean? It's but same as I say, it's a bit conflicting at the moment. You know, but it's same as I've said, and I've said this for weeks now. I'm monetized. I've got quite a few super chats. I got AdSense. So in actual fact, I am earning YouTube money. So what they're going to do, cut the nose off to spite the face? Yeah, I might only be a small YouTuber. But the fact is that because I'm monetized, I am actually making YouTube money, albeit only a small proportion of money. I've been going through my channels I'm subscribed to, and I'm sub to channels I've never we've been saying this since last week as well, Thomas. Now, I don't know when it were. It's like, I think they fiddle about with views and whatever. Yeah, and like, I did a live stream, and the most I got it up to were 8, 9, or 10. Right, and I shut it down, and I got over 70 odd views on it. Now I couldn't believe that. Now look at Friday night, I got up to 70, 18 people in, and shut it down, and it were only in its 60s. So I reckon they doctor it to whatever they want it. You know what I mean? And I'm still, you know, I'm still sure they do that. I mean, like Ian did the lights in Liverpool. Now, when he went to bed, it had got over 1,000 viewers. He got up the next morning and he'd lost 30 of them views, and it's gone down to like 970. So somewhere along the way, they dropped 30 views off him. Now, yeah, it did rectify itself and went back to normal afterwards, but I can, same as I says, I can you unview it, if you know what I mean. Hiya, Tina, how are you? You know what I mean? It's like, if you watch a video for so long, it's classed as a view. So how can you unview that video? But not just one, 30. So I still say to this day that YouTube are doctoring the viewers and the subscribers. They need new owners. Yeah, we see that. I mean, he's just said it's saying 1,200 viewers in the studio, but on the video it actually says 1,054. So which is right, and which are you to believe? You know what I mean? Why is one thing saying one and one thing saying another? So you know what I mean? I still, and I'll stick to my guns on this one. YouTube are doctoring viewers and subscribers. So, but you see, I always get my notification via email as to when a channel's subscribed to me. Now that doesn't reflect on my sub count. So, you know. He says he's earned £8 this month, so he's looking to retire next week.
Hey!
But you know, it's not just viewers. I reckon it's the subs as well. So yeah, I think everybody's in the same boat, Tina. Everybody's. I've had a bit of a rough day, and Ian's not very well, and Chris is not very well, and you know, I think we all. I'm sure you'd be sat there, Ian. I'm calling him Ian Thomas. If you won lottery, and you won't.
It's sat there, just not in his house, and it's sat on beach.
He won't be going starting a new job if he'd won lottery. So yeah, it's I reckon there's a lot of doctoring going on, but I mean, you know, that's just my opinion. £158. Well, it's better than a poking eye with a dirty stick, Thomas. So, you know, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah. I mean, we keep saying that, if we want lottery, but it never happens. So, yeah, I know how you feel, Tina, because I think this is the second Christmas without my mum. So, but yeah, I still reckon to this day that, there's some doctoring going on somewhere. Yeah, right. If anybody don't know what this Set for Life is, you get £10,000 a month for life.
Well, for 30 years.
Is it 30?
It's 10 grand a month for 30 years, or just 10 grand a month for a year.
Second prize, yeah. Prize. So yeah, hey, lottery is rigged. That's wakey. Yeah. So, I mean, we were lucky enough to, or until the bus hits you, Pixie.
Feel like he's hit me today.
But yeah, it's we're on about YouTube taking subs off you, taking views off you, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And my sub count just lately has been up and down like a yo-yo, and it's I've sort of gone past point where I care anymore, if you know what I mean. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and yeah, exactly. I've sort of I've got to a point now where I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll just keep doing what I do, and mine's been the same way. I've sort of gained about 3, lost 2, gained 1, lost 2 more, and and that's how it's been for months now. Mine has. So I still stand fast and say that somewhere along the line that YouTube's doctorate figures, if you know what I mean. Hey.
Yeah.
He said he weren't subscribed to me. So yeah. Well, you see, this is it, Ian. I mean, same as I say, I created the baking group, and I've joined a few groups, and but like I've been using Community Tab. I've been, getting it out there that I'm going live, blah blah blah. And it's no, it seems to be working at the moment. So, we were just having a conversation the other day. I mean, like my baking vlogs, them sort of views vary between 30, 40 and 50. Now, I was looking back. Oh, yeah. Keith says, just shows how true your words are, Jeanette. I have lost 35 subs in the last 2 days. Well, this is it. This is it. But yeah, I was sort of looking through my videos the other day, and the most views I've got on my baking vlogs is one way back when I made the Malteser cake, and that's had something like 450 views. Okay then, Thomas. Yeah. So as I say, I'd look into, that this rarity, that sort of nowadays, it's sort of between, anywhere between 30 and 50. My baking vlogs get, but it seems like the longer that they're up, the more views that they get. And I've done the thing about putting tags in and putting them in a playlist. That I've done everything right. It just seems like it's not getting me anywhere, if you know what I mean. Every baking vlog that I do, I put, it has these tags that are recommended, and then you can put your own tags in, and I've done all that lot. You know what I mean? But it's sort of, like keywords when people search on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's a case of I'm doing everything right, but it just don't seem to be getting me anywhere. So, but yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a lot, Keith. The same as I say, I'm moaning, but it's like Wakey says, like for the past few months, I've sort of gained a few, lost a few, gained a few, lost a few. You know what I mean? And it's been like that yo-yoing for the past few months now. I'm going to share one of your videos. I'll join one of them groups. But yeah, it's and that sense the reason why I sort of started that group, the baking and recipes group, just to for the same reason as I started the community YouTube, to get people noticed. Well, this is what I've said, Johnny. I've sort of gone past I've gone past caring now. You know what I mean? And it's the fact that I enjoy doing live streams. I enjoy doing my baking vlogs. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I have been doing. And I'm exactly the same. Exactly, and I mean, I just same as me and Ian's had this conversation many a time. All you need is somebody to pick up on your channel. You know what I mean? He's just checked Ian's, and it's unsubscribed him from him as well.
Check my key.
So yeah, it's you see, I mean, this is where I say, I rest my case, Keith. You know what I mean? It's like Chris. Chris comes into most of my live streams. He comments on my vlogs. He comments on my live streams. As does Keith. Yeah, every time that Chris comes onto my channel, it says he's not subscribed to me. So how do you work that one out? So yeah. You know what I mean? It's and I still stand by it that it's YouTube doctoring numbers, and yeah, Rian says I don't want millions of dollars, but an extra 200. Well, you see, this is it. Same as Ian says, it's just a bit of extra income. You know what I mean? Yeah, he says he's just checked yours and he's still sub to you. Well, you see, this is it, Johnny. I mean, same as I've said all along. We've met some wonderful, wonderful people here on YouTube, and if it hadn't have been for YouTube, we wouldn't have met them. You know what I mean? Such as yourself, Ian, Keith, you know, and everybody else. You know, if it hadn't have been for YouTube, Bella, Baz, you know, Steve, Lauren, you know, and if it hadn't, Craigs and Angela, you know, if it hadn't have been for YouTube, then I would never have met these people. You know, and it's what I say, our class, people as my friends, you know what I mean? Try not to let this... but yeah, you know, I mean, we've got like people from all over, not just the UK, but in America. Hi, Angel, how are you? You know, we've got people from all over the UK. We've got friends in America. Yeah, you know, the chances are that we're going to get to meet the guys in America is very slim, but
no, we're not to tonight.
But yeah, you know, it's people that we wouldn't otherwise have met hadn't it have been for YouTube. You know what I mean? You know, it's like Ian's only just over an hour and a bit away, and Bella's only just over an hour and a bit away, and Keith's only just over an hour a bit away. Johnny's even closer, yet we'll have to make time to go and see Johnny. He's sort of just out motorway. You know, it's until you get to know people and know where they live, and then you think to yourself, well, they're actually closer than what you think, really. You know what I mean? Yeah, as soon as Tracy's right, we'll all meet up. We've said this about DJM Films. I mean, Dennis has been here, but Emma didn't come. Now, we keep saying, oh, we'll go up to, because he only lives in Leicester. And we keep saying, oh, we're going to go up there. But Emma's not well. And same as Dennis says, once she's well enough, you know. So you can bring Kate, don't open the tub though. If I smell it, that's it, I'll go wild with a big spoon. Oh dear. So yeah, we'll have to do it covertly, Johnny. I'll have to sneak it in and get it to your Tracy. You'll probably be going, I can smell a cake.
Where's the cake? Where's the cake?
Oh, are you going, Tina? Thanks for coming in. See you later. So yeah. I mean, same as I says, Johnny 5, I've lost 9 more pounds. Wow. He says, just I don't know how I'm doing it. Same as I say, I mean, it's keeping yourself busy, I think, Ian. Hey, we've got Gordon in as well.
I don't Gordon, look.
But yeah, it's a case of you keeping yourself busy, keeping yourself active, and some people can lose it without trying, if you know what I mean.
Northern.
Oh dear. Well, Sophie gets the blame after she says she likes to make videos. Who? Oh dear, I think it's autocorrect again.
No,
Oh, it's just you with your fat fingers, is it? Oh, Gordon Bennett. Johnny says he's not been this weight since I was a teen. But yeah, it's you've got to be doing something right, and oh. I just agreed she's gone viral on that dodgy side. I'm going to tell. I'm telling. It means it's Scalextric. We're looking at Scalextric the other day, weren't it?
No, Vibro.
I would have say he's bought one of them dodgy ones off Ian.
She's going to renovation. Shout sauce for ears.
Yeah, but I mean, Johnny says he's a bit worried about stopping the weight loss. Don't ever want to eat what I ate before, but you don't have to stop it. But just don't go at it as hard as what you were before. I mean, it's paid £20 off eBay. Just needed the tracking cleaning, but it's like I got told after I had the weight loss surgery. At some point, your body gets used to it and it slows down. So it's just like you've retrained your body. Let's just put it like that. Never ever eating bread or potatoes or fried food again, ever. We see this as it, but you know what I mean? This sort of, it's like everything else. Sooner or later, your body gets used to it, and this is what the dietitian and everybody told me. Your body gets used to it, and the weight loss will slow down gradually. So no, it's you're training your body to eat healthily. So it's just training your body. This is, I had some jeans I had when I met Tracy 17 years ago. Couldn't get them on. They fitted now. They fall down. But yeah, it's like you're training your body to eat healthily. We are sort of, going back to fried stuff or bread or crisps or whatever. It's just training your body to eat healthily and not necessarily to keep losing weight. Drops and sings Nelly the elephant. Oh dear me. We will have to call you Jumping Jack Flash. But you know what I mean? It's yeah, I know where you're coming from, saying you don't want to go back to eating the way that you used to, but now your body's got used to eating what you eat. It's like you've retrained not just your body, but you've retrained your mind as well. If you understand what I'm getting at, it's retraining your body as well as your mind. So yeah, Sign on my pants currently under repair. Oh yeah. He says, what did you think of that crow? I just sat mesmerised. I did. You can see pound coin in its gob. Pound coin, yeah. And I'm sat there. I'm like this. Yeah. I was watching it on laptop and I sort of sat there and I'm going.
Oh, good that was.
I was mesmerised. I couldn't take my eyes off it, quite literally. You know, talk about brazen. And if you don't know what Gordon's on about, he put a video up, and it's outside Asda. And his missus had been shopping, and this crow come down, landed on trolley, and then nicked the bloody pound coin out the trolley. And same as I say, I sat mesmerised. I thought, well, you cheeky so-and-so. And it's sort of there as bold as brass with this pound coin in its mouth. The Pope has more chance of getting his leg over than me. But yeah, I was mesmerised. I was totally mesmerised by it. I were. And I thought, well, unless I'd seen it, you know, unless I'd seen it with my own two eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. So yeah, you know, it's something that, same as I've just said, you've got to see it to believe it. So, but you'd think, I mean, yeah, I mean, Crows is known for liking shiny things. That's because there ain't no milk bottles on the doorstep anymore. But yeah, I mean, because when all's said and done, a pound coin ain't all that shiny. You know what I mean? And I know sort of Crows has got this reputation for liking anything that's shiny. I wasn't there when it happened. Luckily, my stepdaughter recorded it. But yeah, you know, I mean, they are renowned for liking shiny things, but you know, like diamonds and you know, bling, that sort of thing. But a pound coin, it ain't all that bling, you know, in my opinion. I mean, it's not all that shiny to be honest with you. Oh, it were. I bet when it got back wherever it went, it thought, oh bugger, it's not a pound coin, it's one of them trolley things. I've done all that for nothing. Oh dear. It probably had monk on now. When it got back to nest or wherever it were taking it, it's like, oh blooming heck, it's one of them trolley things. It's not a pound coin after all. Oh dear. It was a trolley coin. Well, you see, same as I say, I just watched and I thought it was a pound coin. He wanted some sweeties. Oh dear. He wanted to go to pick and mix aisle and get some pick and mix for a pound.
I don't get any mix now.
Oh dear. Thank you. But yeah, I'd like to see it try and spend it. Oh dear. But yeah, same as I say, unless you've seen it, you won't believe it. You know what I mean? It's one of them things where, you know, they were at right place at the right time. You know, I mean, normally you don't, you know, pick and mix. Woolies has gone. Well, they just some pick and mix in some supermarkets. But the on about, I don't know how true it is that Woolies on about coming back, so I don't know. So, same as I say, I don't know how true it is, but I mean, is it false news again or what? I don't know. And you know, it's a case of, you know, you've got British Home Stores that's gone under. You've got Thomas Cook and all big names going under. So what is the chances of Woolies coming back? I don't know. I didn't believe it when my missus told me. Then she showed me the video. Yeah, Woolies has never gone. It's just online now. Stay away from the pick and mix at the Showcase Cinema. We don't go to cinema, unfortunately. So yes, it's very, very rarely we go to the cinema. So
see Avengers.
Yeah, you did. You and your dad.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So yeah, Chris took our Callum a few months back, weren't it?
Like
See that new Avengers film?
It was the first one before Endgame.
Oh, I don't know.
It was the first one. It was like last year.
Oh, well, I don't know. Chris, I'll be in the house tomorrow at 9 p.m. waiting. Oh, he's not working tomorrow. Oh, Gordon Bennett, I asked for a small popcorn for Keena. A £5? Blooming heck.
Should have had that crow and borrowed £1.
We've got, is it Ray? East Tennessee Explorer. Oh, he's listening while driving. Pound Stretcher won't be about much longer, seems they are. Shutting stores left, right and centre. That's a Pound Stretcher down near us, isn't it? Yeah, we're all like little Asda is. There's like Asda, United Carpets and Beds, Pound Stretcher, and then you go like across way and there's like a, what is it, Magnet Kitchens.
I think that's closed now.
Is it? Yeah. Own Bargains, and what's the other one that's down there?
A carpet place.
Is it that Dreams? Something like that. Yeah, it's only like a little retail park, and there's only like 6 shops on it. But the one that's opened up as Own Bargains used to be a Netto until they closed all theirs down. We has big Asda. They've shut 4. Oh dear. So yeah, I mean it's not a big retail park because there's like only 6 shops in it. We has a big and little. Yeah, but you go to like it's ours. You go 10 minutes down road to Answorth, and you've got the superstore. But like this one's ideal for like if you want like what I call top up, like milk and bread and thing, you know, small things. Because there's a lot of things that our little Asda ain't got that the big one has. So you know, it's all right for. I mean, they've got like a thing in the middle where they sell fresh potatoes and peppers and like oranges and lemons and things like that. It's a bit sort of depends what time you go, and the chicken, beef and pork, but you know they sort of don't have a lot of stock of it. It says 2 minutes down road from us. Johnny says I have a big and a small one, depends how cold it is. Yeah, so our house is only like 2 minutes down roadward. Medium. Yeah.
There's always one awkward pecker in there.
Do they deliver?
Click and collect.
Yeah, you can click and collect. The smaller Asda do like where you can click and collect.
Oh, morning. See in the morning.
But you see. Do they do liver? I don't know. I haven't looked because we don't buy liver, so I haven't looked that closely. They do like you know, chops and minced beef, and so I would imagine they do liver. I mean, that the sort of, I hadn't looked that closely. I know they do like it, but it's not as big as the meat part in Asda, big Asda. It's a smaller version, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you know, it's but it does us for, you know, like everyday things like milk and bread and, you know, occasional, you know, like regular stuff, if you know what I mean. Like Callum drinks this fizzy water. Now they do that down there. Hiya Tracy, how are you? I drink the good night. Callum says good night, everybody. So yeah, Callum has sparkling lemon and lime. Now they do that down at our small Asda, but I have big bottles of Volvic, and it's sugar free. Now you'd think a big name like Volvic that they do that down there, but they don't. So Wakey says good night, Callum, and Ian says night, Callum. Johnny Five says night, Callum. Keith says night, Callum. So yeah, so I mean, you'd think a big name like Volvic that they'd yeah, Tracy is Johnny Five's wife. But you'd think a big name like Volvic that they do down at our small Asda. Johnny Five's wife? Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh. Where you been for the last 10 hours?
Well, I know Tracy's there, but I didn't realise Tracy Nichols somewhere his wife.
Why would there be sugar in water? Well, I'd just have this no added sugar. I mean, the one that Callum has is no added sugar. We just.
Sophie says, good morning, Callum.
It's just I've got used to it, you know, since I had the weight loss surgery. I've always had like no added sugar, you know, sugar free or whatever you want to call it. But I like the Volvic, but mine's still that I have the still one, but Callum likes the fizzy one. So, but they don't even do that down there. And there's quite a few things that the bigger has to do that, you know, that the little one move it then. I thought Volvic was just tap water. Oh, but as I say, I mean, you've got to think. It's 4 years since I had my weight loss surgery, and I started drinking that when I had my weight loss surgery, and I've sort of never changed. I like it. It's, you know, I enjoy it. You know, I mean, it's depends if you refuse the bottle. But yeah, it's something I've got used to drinking. I mean, same as I say, it's like saying to Callum, well, why do you prefer sparkling water when it's just water? And I prefer still water. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, preference, let's just say. Oh, it says that on Tracy's picture, that's his logo. Oh. He said if you want fizzy, throw a spoonful of Andrews in, lol. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I prefer the still one, yet Callum prefers the sparkly one. Nah, you know. But yeah, you know, it's the typical like small shop. I mean, they don't do a lot. What they do at Big Asda. Yeah, but same as that. It's all right for what it's like. Same as we said, 2 minutes down road. It's ideal to get, you know, milk or eggs or butter or You know what I mean? Like what I call essentials. So,
I've got refreshing.
you know what I mean? I like the sparkling one, makes me feel fuller. Well, you see, this is it, and it's like, as I say, it's just preference, isn't it, John? I prefer the still one. And even that makes me burp, and so God knows what I'd be like if I had the sparkling one. I'd be burping left, right, and centre. So, but I'll tell you what I do as well. I've got like an empty bottle with like a pop up drinking spark thing, and what I do is I top that up and I put it on my bedside cabinet. I would like to see the return of the corner shop, even if it was outright running it. But you see that that's the problems. You've got Tesco's, you've got Sainsbury's, you've got Morrison's, you've got Asda, and it's like beer. There's no wonder there's so many pubs closing down, because it's cheaper to go in the supermarket and buy 4 cans. Tell you what I love, I don't have a veranda over the toy shop. What?
I don't know.
What? But yeah, and that's why there's no corner shops anymore, because they're just not making it pay. I mean, like, if I look at it this way as well, most petrol stations have got either a cost cutter or a Spar or whatever. Peter Kay joke, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Everything on tick till Friday. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, it's like every petrol station now got a shop attached to it. So it's like, if anybody is in, it's like just down our, before you get to Asda, there's a petrol station. Now you can get everything in there. I'm just laughing at once when Chris went down. You can get bread, you can get milk and everything. Right, I'm going to tell you a story. We'd run out of toilet roll, and this particular night, Chris were going down to petrol station, because they've got an ATM as well. So it were going to put some petrol in, it were going for some milk and some bread. And he says to, I mean, I'm not being racist or anything, but it were a nation guy, right? And because it's open 24 hours, it's got one of these like protective glass things. So he says to bloke, he says, can I have some bog roll? So he looked at Chris gone out when he says, can I have some bog roll? Is it a Jack and Ori story or a Listen with Mother? So anyway, Chris says, can I have some bog roll? So he looked at Chris gone out. So then Chris says, toilet paper. So he goes and he comes back and he bought paper towel, like
tissues.
What? Oh, tissues, that were it. He bought tissues. Said, no, not tissues. And he sort of did motion. He says, that you wipe your bum on. And he had to go through motions and say, that you wipe your bum on.
You behind me. I thought, what a bloody hell.
And same as Chris has just said, it got a queue behind him. A woman behind him were absolutely peeing her pants. So yeah, and when he says, when he did motion about wiping his bum, he understood. He says, I need arse wipes, you arse wipe. But yeah, Chris says there were about probably 3 or 4 behind him, and this woman behind him were absolutely pissing us then. when he did motion about wiping his bum. And that is a true story. Yeah, that is the God's honest truth. That's a true story.
No, I know that.
Yeah. That is God's honest truth. That's a true story. You know, first of all, he come with tissues, and he says no. And he looked at him, gone out when he asked for. We call them bog rolls round here.
Bog rolls, you know.
So yeah. When he come back and told me, I nearly fell off at sofa with laughter. And he says, I had to motion to my bum, you know, wiping my bum, for him to understand what I was talking about. I said, I can remember that. It will.
I know what?
But yeah. And it's one of these things that you couldn't make it up. You know what I mean? It's one of these stories that you cannot make up. So yeah, I can remember Isel's toilet paper. They used to have that when I were at school. It was like wiping your backside on newspaper.
Leave it off a little bit.
It says it was like wiping your ass with a bread wrapper. Yeah, our school used to use that. Why, I don't know. But yeah. And I've never forgot that to this day. I nearly fell off at sofa when he were telling me story when he come back.
I say next time I go up to it, I'll just do hand motion. He'll know what I want then.
Yeah. It says next time I have to go down for any toilet rolls, it says I'll just stick to hand gesture. Oh, you should have wiped your ass on a Labrador, then you'd have got what you wanted.
Well, they don't use toilet paper, do they? So they don't know what it is because they have to.
Yeah, they do.
Not being funny, but they're not allowed to use a toilet, are they?
Oh yeah, I mean when Chris used to work at
part of the religion apparently.
Chris used to work at Cadbury's.
And I'm not being racist, I'm just saying as it is.
But he were a cleaner. And I'm not kidding you, some at sites that he saw, and it was he says, I'm back, phone was dying. What did they do then? Well, they're not allowed to sit on the toilet, so they actually stand on the toilet seat and crouch.
And then they put more toilet paper on toilet seat.
Yeah, and they cover the toilet seat with toilet paper. So, and Chris says, you know, he said, some of the things that I've seen, he says, you would not believe. And I'm not kidding you. And this is the same as he says, not being racist or anything. He says, but after you've seen what I've seen, he says, they aren't half dirty, these. So yeah, they're not allowed to sit on the toilet seat. So they climb on the toilet seat, but before they do, they put all toilet paper around it and they stand on the toilet seat and crouch down. Oh, Keith says in Morocco they wipe their arse with their hands. Oh. But yeah, Chris, same as Chris says, you know, he says, I've seen everything now. He says, you know, they're not allowed to go to the toilet and sit on the toilet like we do. Oh, you know, but yeah, you know, same as Chris says. But I can believe what Keith's saying because same as Chris said, he were a cleaner and he used to have to clean toilets, and he says the state of the toilets, what he's seen, it's been all out walls and everywhere. So I mean, you know, it's you know, I don't know whether, you know, I don't know about, you know, why they can't sit down on the toilet like us or not. I don't know. It got me thinking about chicken dippers. Now I've gone right off them. Yeah, I call it shitty KFC. But yeah, it's you know, it's disgusting from, you know, an English person's point of view. To me, it's disgusting.
But if it's part of their religion.
But yeah, you know, you know, yeah, but there's religion and then there's being hygienic. You think if they're working in a chocolate factory,
oh, God.
which they were, because you were working at Cadbury's, weren't you?
And there was, can you remember that as well? The chocolate, no, wherever like all shitty, but it's shit. Shite,
yeah. I bet Keith can remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, they eat chicken necks over in Morocco. Can you remember that that newspaper article, Keith, that I saved the clipping, and it were a chocolate bar called Shite, spelt with a Y-T-E. So yes, I don't know whether it's still going or not, but there was a chocolate bar called Shite. Yeah, Keith says, yeah. So, and we joked about it, you know, and I actually saved the newspaper article. If I think about it, I'll try and find it out, because I think I've still got it somewhere, and I'll show it you on Wednesday night. I've had crocodile and cockroach in Thailand, believe it or not. It was good. Ooh. Bear asks a rabbit if shit sticks to it, it's fur. Rabbit says no, so the bear picks up the rabbit and wipes his ass with it. Oh dear. Mrs. Nicholson, those tablets making me burn up even. It's good to sweat it out on you, Johnny. I mean, I'm sat here and I'm sweating conkers, so it's like it's going it out your system, you know. Believe it or not, I'm sweating like the proverbial.
Well, you're going to be lucky.
So yes, and we're going back to football again. So soy sauce, I believe it or not. But you see, I've seen sort of, you know, and fry spiders and, you know, and whatnot, and it's not something that I'd. Yeah, it does mean it's working, Tracy. Same as I said, I've sort of not felt thing all day, and I've got like a sweat on now. It's best to sweat it out of you. He says if I sweat anymore, I'll slide off sofa. Okie dokie then, Wakey, thank you for coming in.
See you, Wakey, Wakey.
I hope it's not chicken.
Chocolate.
Or chocolate. Yeah, Gordon says crocodile is lovely. I've had that, Ian.
Soy sauce.
But you know what I mean? It's like
okay.
I just won't fancy, because cockroaches is crunchy, aren't they? If you know what I mean. You know.
Cockroach putty.
Oh God. You know, it's like when they did this with deep fried Mars bars. You know, leave Mars bars as they are. Don't put them in batter and deep fry them. You know what I mean? It's leave Mars bars as they are. Thank you very much. But they were like, this craze went off, weren't they? That you know, they were deep frying Mars bars and.
Wow.
I mean, I think the most exotic thing I've had is calamari. Oh, I tell a lie. When I went to France as a kid, I had horse meat, but I didn't realise at the time it were horse meat. So, you know, eh? I don't know. We're only a kid. It was like on one of these exchange things, and I stopped with a family. But I didn't know till after the fact, after I'd eaten it, that they told me it were horse meat. So, have you had roux steaks? Oh, poor kangaroo.
Oh, Carla's in.
Hiya, Carla. How are you? We're just on about exotic things that you eat and you know, like exotic things that we've eaten and DJ Ian's had cockroaches in Thailand, and they eat chicken feet in Morocco and things like that. Yeah, fine. Says, is it okay to post a link in the chat where I get my exotic food?
I ain't pressing the link. I got that last time.
But yeah, you know, I've had calamari, which obviously is squid. And so, as I say, I were in France and they had horse meat, but I didn't know at the time it was horse meat. So, but it's some horse in Tesco. But if I'm honest with you, it was just like beef. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have guessed it at the time that it were horse meat, because the only difference being was it's a lot leaner than beef. So yeah, next to the sugar cubes. You know, the horse meat is a lot leaner than beef. It ain't got no fat on it whatsoever. So, but I wouldn't have guessed at the time that I were eating horse meat. So, and glue. It says next to the sugar cubes and glue. But you know, I mean, like in certain countries, you know, they eat cats and dogs and things like that. You know what I mean? Nah, I couldn't imagine eating anything like that. You know what I mean? I couldn't even contemplate eating anything like that.
He's buying his bills online.
So yeah, you know, I mean, but what?
Get a quarter pounder for £1.89.
Oh.
For its ostrich.
Oh, you can buy zebra meat. Oh. Yeah, and like in France they eat frog's legs as well. I mean, can you imagine munching on a frog's leg? I mean, I can't see there being much meat on a frog's leg. No, we've still got all three. But yeah, you know, in like certain foreign countries, they eat dogs and they eat cats and. Right, yes.
Right, yes.
Oh, tea's ready. Okie dokie then, Ian. But yeah, you know, I mean, to me, you know, it's like eating one of your pets if you're eating dogs or cats or what. Yeah, that's what I said, Tracy. You know, I can't imagine sort of a frog's leg. You know, you'd have to eat sort of a plate piled that high just to, you know, my mate had a Chinese. He broke his tooth on a pet microchip. Oh, okie dokie then. Thanks, Ian.
David.
Ostrich and roost steaks are low in fat. I prefer it to beef steak. Oh, but yeah, you know, it's. I mean, it's like an ostrich is like a giant chicken, really, basically, isn't it? You know, when all's said and done, an ostrich is a giant chicken. But I sort of, I'd be, you know, a bit intrigued as to what a roux steak tastes like. You know what I mean? A fast chicken. Yeah, but I mean, it's a bird, isn't it? An ostrich is a bird, same as what a chicken is. So I would imagine it's like, you know, like I have a massive turkey at Christmas. You know, that's sort of a supersized chicken. So same as the ostriches. Oh, ostriches. Is red meat? So it's a crow, but you don't call that a chicken. No, I'm just saying it's the same principle. A turkey is on the same principle as a chicken, but bigger. So yeah, you know, it's and we're about an ostrich egg. I mean, that's just like a normal chicken's egg, but bigger. You know, you wouldn't have to. You'd only have to have one ostrich egg for an omelette. You know what I mean? So you can see sort of where I'm coming from. An ostrich egg is just like a chicken's egg, but bigger. So yeah, you know, it's if I put ostrich steak and beef steak cooked in front of you, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Oh, but you'd think sort of it being similar to, well, not similar to a chicken, but you know what I mean? You'd think it'd be a white meat, not a dark meat. Can you imagine being in the outback trying to catch a breakfast? Or sod it, I'll have an egg instead. Oh dear.
Kangaroo.
Yeah. Sod it, I'll have a fried egg instead. Sod that for a game of monkeys.
Wrestling an alligator.
Yeah, I'll have a boiled egg or a fried egg. Oh, crocodiles are white meat. There you go.
Ah.
So yeah, you know, I mean, when all's said and done, I mean, this is sort of my principle. An egg's an egg, whether it's a turtle egg, an ostrich egg, crocodile egg, or whatever egg it is. It's an egg. It's still the same sort of thing to me. You know, I mean, I don't know whether a crocodile or a turtle egg's got a yolk in it. You know what I mean? But you know, to me, an egg's an egg. That's the baker coming out in me. Well, you imagine trying to bake one of my cakes with an ostrich egg. I'd only have to use the one, and I'd probably have some left over. You know what I mean? I wonder if it gives the cake an extra twang to it, or so I've got to send Pixie on his travels and find me an ostrich egg. Find out. Say, when you go to Asda, sweetheart, can you ask them if they've got any ostrich eggs? So, yeah, that's your next. What's it? Should you choose to accept it, you've got to go in search of an ostrich egg. I suppose the weirdest thing I've eaten is between guinea. Oh,
Did I think you're a squirrel? I could just see Gordon with one of those little fishy nets, but he'd have to...
Yeah, but I mean, it's like let's say, for instance, excuse me, that you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere and you've got to fend for yourself. Now, folks will say, like, you know, eels or snakes or things like that they won't eat it. But you imagine that you stranded somewhere, anything that's meaty, you'd eat it. You know what I mean? Not a lot of meat on either. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, let's say Bear Grylls or whatever, you know what I mean? They teach you these survival skills. And basically, you know, I've seen some of these survival things, and they eat bugs and they eat all sorts, rats and all sorts. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm trying to say, Gordon. If you're hungry enough, you'll eat anything. So, you know, I mean, it's like I've seen, you know, enough of these like survivalist programs to know that nothing's off limits. Let's just say, you know, rats, snakes. It's meat. It's protein. It's added protein. You know what I mean? I draw the line at drinking my own pee, though. But you know, it's. I mean, let's just throw something out there. Can you remember many years ago there was that plane crash?
Oh yeah.
And the only way that they could survive was to eat the dead.
Yeah, I've seen the film.
Yeah, and it is a true story. They made it into a film. But then once they were rescued, they got the backlash because, in no uncertain terms, they'd become cannibals because they ate the dead that had died in the plane crash. So, you know, this is the question: is would you do that? Would you to keep yourself alive? Would you be prepared to eat another person? You didn't kill them, but they were already dead. So they ended up eating the dead bodies to keep themselves alive. So that's the question I'm posing. Would you be prepared? I'd say pass us the leg. Love a nibble. Yeah, Carla says I don't think anyone knows what they would do until they're in that situation. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's and I know for a fact it's a true story because they made a film out of it. But they got ostracized for the fact that they kept themselves alive by eating the dead. If you get
There's a whole new meaning to Dr. Van.
You know what I mean? They were stranded out in the middle of nowhere, and the only way that they could keep themselves alive was to eat the dead bodies. So it's a dilemma that you know what I mean. It's rug muncher. But yeah, you know, it's just a question that I thought I'd throw out there. You know, if you're in that sort of situation yourself, would you be prepared to eat? You know, I mean, you hadn't killed them because they died in the crash, but you know, I mean, it's not a situation that we'd probably find ourselves in. It says this keto diet sent me strange. What you mean to tell me you weren't strange to begin with?
I was about to.
Nothing worse than a hair stuck in the throat. But yeah, you know, I mean, it'd be a dilemma, and you know, I mean, they were sort of, you know, their only means of survival was to eat the dead. You know, I mean, yeah, if you got to kill somebody in order to eat, that's wrong. I don't agree with that. But there was people that were already dead that had been killed in the crash. Now, you know, it's a dilemma from person to person. You know, what would you do? Yeah, poor Ian's having his tea and listening, and we're on about eating body parts. Johnny says, I'll nibble on you anytime, Tracy. Only got task. But yeah, I mean, we're laughing about it. But yeah, you know, I mean, I can remember all who are about it. You know, there were a film made about it, and it is actually a true story. You know, but they made a big hoo-ha about it, you know, and it's all right saying, you know, the cannibals and the this, that, and other, but and it's same as not Tracy, Carla said, unless you're in that situation, you don't know what you'd do, you know, and unless you actually put in that situation, you know.
Well, Johnny.
I can't. I can't remember what the name of the film was called either.
I think you were alive.
I can't remember. But you know, they were ostracised when they got back to civilization because of the fact, and you know, they were on about, you know, they were going to prosecute them. I don't know exactly what happened, but you know, they were such a hoo-ha made about it. But it's all right for them to sort. It's
Alive, 1993 American biographical survival drama film based in where Paul Reed, the 1974 book Alive, the story of and their survivors, which deaths the Uruguayan produced crash aboard the Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. It was in the Andes Mountains.
Oh, there you go.
In February, October 30, 1972.
1972, Chris says.
Just reading on Wiki.
I wonder if any of them were clowns or comedians, as the meat might have a funny taste to it. Oh, Gordon Bennett. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's same as, you know, we keep going back to the thing. Unless you're in that situation, you don't really know what you'd do. You know, it's, but it's like any situation. Until you're actually in that situation, you don't know what you do. I mean, it's like I'm a light sleeper, and if anybody ever broke into us, I'd be waking Chris up because I won't have ships and I won't know what to do. You know, I won't be brave enough to, you know, pick up a cricket bat and go down myself. You know, whereas I know Chris would. He'd do anything to protect his family. But put in a situation where I had to defend myself, I'd kick shit out on them, basically. You know what I mean? And it's that same principle. Unless you're put in that situation, you don't know what you'd do. Kick them in the nuts. I'd just whack them round head with me walking sticks. I gave them a swift 1-2 with me walking sticks. But yeah, you know, it's the same sort of principle. Until you're put in that situation, you don't know what you'd do.
So I want to know is there a cookbook on how to cook humans? Stick it on fire and all that.
But yeah, you know, it's like every situation. Unless you're actually put in that situation, you don't know how you'd react, or you know, or you know what you'd do. So yeah, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can stick up for myself at best of times, but when it comes to, you know, confronting somebody, I'm more of a scaredy cat than anything. But if I had to, I would do, if you know what I mean. Johnny's telling Tracy, can Haley bring his charger up?
No, Tracy's using it.
Good film, yeah. A few herbs and spices no one would ever know. But you see, the thing is, they didn't have that luxury of having herbs and spices. So yeah. But it's like, same as I say, And unless you're in a situation, you don't know how you'd react, do you? Salt and vinegar. and the saying goes, never say never, because you don't know, do you? You know, you don't know that you never.
Awkward licking. Come in.
Hiya, awkwardly, Kim. How are you? Yeah. How are you? Are you having a good day as well? It's all right. We're just pondering over, you know, different tastes and things, and strangest things what you've eaten, and
That felt the line.
yeah.
Now she
He's gone to bed. I'll slide it down the steps. Oh dear. Just lob it downstairs, Tracy.
don't get up. I've managed to.
Well, it's like this situation, Tracy. We've got an upstairs toilet and we've got a downstairs toilet, but the one upstairs is out of commission because it won't flush. So we're using a hell of a lot of toilet rolls. But the toilet rolls is kept upstairs in cupboard. So I'll say, incoming, and I lob these toilet rolls downstairs. Yeah. So I say, Chris, come to the bottom of the stairs, and I just drop these toilet rolls. Well, I drop them one by one, but Jesus Christ. but yeah, it's when they're coming out to it.
What?
That toilet. Yeah, I think it. Don't you break my charger, is that? I think it's ball cock. I think it needs a new ball cock because it just not flush at all. So it's the one upstairs is out of commission. So like if we want to go up at night, we have to come downstairs for the toilet rather than just having don't we all? You know what I mean? We've got a toilet upstairs and the one downstairs, but obviously the one upstairs is out of commission, so we have to come all the way downstairs if we want to go to the toilet at middle at night. So I think they said 9th of December, didn't they?
Yeah.
And same as we've said, you'd think they'd be a bit quicker coming out to it with toilet not flushing, and same as Chris says. I think the fact of the matter is, because we've got two toilets, we actually have got one that's in working condition, so they don't look at it as an emergency, because we've still got the one downstairs. So yeah, it's just a bit of a, it's just a bit awkward because, as I say, I'm not best on my legs, so it's easy for me to go to the toilet upstairs. But now, because that one's out of commission, I have to come downstairs. So it's just making it awkward for myself. I mean, it's not so bad for Chris and Callum, but when you're not exactly, I'm back, survived dinner, so I'm here to tell the tale. I'm going to tell Sophie when I see her. Yeah, and same as Chris says, the reason why we got this house is because it's convenient for me when we're downstairs. This one in the downstairs, but when the one upstairs is out of commission, and you've got to actually come downstairs to go to the toilet. So, but I did say to Chris, what he'll have to do is he'll have to take a bucket up and fill the cistern up and see if it flushes that way, because it's just not. It's like the cistern isn't filling up. If you get me meaning, the cistern isn't filling up with water. So when you're pressing handle to flush it, it's not flushing. So She comes with hand gestures, you know. But yeah, I suggested to Chris, take a bucket up with us, fill it up in bath. He says it could be worse, you could have an outside loo. Well, yeah, I suppose there is that, but same as I said to Chris, it's the fact that the actual toilet ain't filling up. So I mean, my dad were a plumber, so I've sort of got an idea that it is the ball cot, you know, the floaty thing in the toilet. the big round thing in the toilet. But for some reason it's not filling up. So I says an idea would be to put a bucket in the bath, fill it up with water and tip it into the cistern. It might and it might flush then. We have to pee out the window. Yeah, it's all right for you to pee out the window. You just lob it out and hang it out. I was going to say, I ain't got that luxury as I can just hang it out at window.
Stick your arse out at window.
Yeah, right. And have them in arses above us reporting me. Oh dear. Right. But yeah, you know, some of us had to sit down to have a wee. I peed out of a window, drivers behind were pissed on and off at the same time. Oh dear. But yeah, same as I say, it's just at times like these where I'm glad we have got a second toilet. You see these houses when they refurbished them, that were like a utility room, weren't it? Mm. And they got asked if they wanted to keep it as a utility room or did they want it turning into a downstairs toilet. Well, the gentleman that lived here before us were an elderly gentleman, so he opted for a downstairs toilet. So I know like a few people in this row opted for the, you know, like a utility room. So but I'm glad he did opt for a downstairs toilet, or we built the creek we had to paddle. So yeah, it's just a bit of a ball ache when I've got to come down in the middle at night, and I'm not all. I mean, I don't like. I've got itchy nose now. I don't like disturbing people, but I have to put landing light on, and then I have to put like downstairs light on, and you know, it's just a bit of a ball ache when you've got to come down in the middle at night just to have a pee, and then go back up again. Whereas it would just get out of bed, just walk across landing, and you know, you were there. So, but yeah, I can remember, you know, when I were a kid, we didn't have a bathroom. You know, this toilet were up yard. So I have had that hardship before. You know, having to go up yard for a wee, and having a pea pot under bed for if we woke up in the middle at night needing a wee. So yes, I have had that hardship. Whereas I've had to, you know, they call them guzunders, you know what I mean? Because they used to be under bed. But yes, it's just a bit of a ball ache when you're not very good on your pins, you know, having to hobble downstairs, and then once you've done your business, having to hobble back up. That's why you don't come to the loo in the night. I better stands up back door step, Tracy. I better lets it all hang out on back doorstep. You see, it's all right for these men; they can just stand and do it anyway. But us women have to sit down to pee. Oh dear. But some of the things that, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, my motto is when you've got to go, you've got to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like in my younger days, I mean, I'd think, like let's say we were going somewhere and I needed lav, you'd pull over and you'd get behind a bush and squat down and have a wee behind a bush. But I mean, I won't think of doing that nowadays. You know what I mean? Yeah, I open Rav door like a toilet door and piss. It's a secret shared on this show. Shh. But it's like everything else. If you've got to go, you've got to go. I'd sooner crouch behind a bush and have one behind a bush than wet myself, if you know what I mean. It's one of them cases, you know what I mean. And it's a case of when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Better out than in.
Yeah. Can you remember when we went to a meetup in Birmingham? I think it's like nearly 2 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like next year, it's 2 years ago, and it were only like, I think it was about an hour and a half to Birmingham, something like that. So I mean, if Keith's still in, he'll thing, and I kept saying for about 10 minutes, I need to go to the toilet. I need to go to the toilet. And Chris says, can't you hang on a bit longer? And I went, no, it's not a number one. I need a number two. And he kept saying, what next service station we come to, I'll pull in. Well, you've never seen me leg it so fast when he pulled into this petrol station.
Oh, she would do it.
I think that was last time I ever walked swiftly. I were absolutely busting.
Oh, really?
And they're all out at car, and Chris we took like flask and everything, and I come walking out, and he went, "Have you been?" And I went, "Oh."
She said she needed a cigarette.
Yeah.
I
says, what a relief that were. You know what I mean? There's no worse than sort of sitting there and dying to go to the toilet, and you've got to hold it in for all you're worth. Oh dear. And I kept saying, you're going to have to stop shortly. You're going to have to stop shortly. I need toilet. Oh dear. So even though sort of nowadays, I always make sure I go before we go anywhere. But I'm a lot like my mum, because like even on short trips, my mum used to stop probably 2 or 3 times. And I've always been the same. So like at the time I were on these water tablets, and like when we've been on holiday, I've always made sure that morning I don't take a water tablet. I always, the minute we're just about to set off, I go to the toilet right before we go out through the door. I take all the precautions, that I don't have to go. Sort of at least for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I make sure that all my ducks is in a row, and that I've been to the toilet just before we go. I mean, like Keith's only about an hour and a half away, so we can easily make it there without having to stop if I do everything sort of in line before we leave. So, right, what I'm going to do, guys, it's gone 11 o'clock. I've been waffling on for 2 hours. I'm sweating like a good un. So I'm going to shut it down, and hopefully I will see you all again on Wednesday. I hope you're feeling better soon, Johnny. I hope you're feeling better soon, Tracy. And I'll see you all on the next one. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.
I'm not live on there.